Hello, I'm Father Jim Gardner, and I'm speaking to you from the Franciscan Monastery of the Holy Land in Washington, D.C. On Monday, August 6th, we'll be celebrating the Feast of the Transfiguration. It's that episode in the Gospel where Jesus takes his three favorite disciples, it's like his kitchen cabinet, up the top of the Mount Tabor, and where he's transfigured. Yeah, the disciples see Moses and Elijah with him, representing continuity, what we call the Old Law, the Old Testament. And Jesus is transfigured before them. They see him in his glory. They hear the Father's voice speaking to them, that this is my beloved Son. And this is not the only time this has happened in the Scriptures, but this was a special time. A couple of months ago, I went to Mount Tabor. And I don't know why they call it Mount. They should call it Mountain. I mean, that thing is so high, and if you have to walk up there, if you have an alternative and you're there, take the bus. That's all I can tell you, because it's a very high mountain. The views, as you might imagine, are spectacular. The monastery at the top of the mountain is an incredible place, an incredible church commemorating what happened there. But also, in the old buildings up there, there's a small community of young men in recovery, recovering from all kinds of things that plague society around the globe these days, with all kinds of substances. And they're in recovery, and they serve a marvelous lunch, and they have a wonderful gift shop, and they make wonderful artifacts there. If you have the opportunity, make sure that you go there. But here's the thing. Jesus gets transfigured before his disciples. They see his glory. I'm reminded of what St. Irenaeus said in the end of the 2nd century, maybe beginning of the 3rd century, and around there. He said, the glory of God, what the disciples saw, the glory of God are men and women fully alive. If we want the world to see God's glory, you and I have to be fully alive to the promptings of the Spirit in our lives, fully alive to the presence of God in even this world. So Transfiguration just isn't an event that happened centuries ago. Transfiguration is something that we're in the process of becoming right now, something that we're challenged to become good news to other people. So, on the Feast of the Transfiguration, celebrate what happened on Mount Tabor, but as you celebrate it and recall it, keep in mind that there's a challenge embedded in this feast, a challenge to each one of us to reflect the glory of God by the way we live, by the way we conduct ourselves on a daily basis. Come celebrate us with us if you're in the neighborhood. And I might add that the works of that Mundo X group is another example of what the friars of the Holy Land do to help people. They just don't take care of old buildings, dust them and keep the doors open, but they take care of real people who have real needs in response to the gospel. Celebrate the Transfiguration. It's on the calendar, and it's more than just an event that happened years ago. I'm Father Jim Gardner, the Franciscan Monastery of the Holy Land.